Pencils are such simple tools, we take them for granted. Yet they permit us to do things that their makers could never have foreseen. The simplicity and usefulness of the pencil makes it about the nearest thing to an ideal tool that we know.
The ideal tool would be one that was invisible, where the person feels they're working on the task, not using the tool. There shouldn't be something in between you and the task. There shouldn't be a tool that gets in your way. There should be the task.
To keep the tool out of the way of the task, Macintosh uses a see and point approach. Apple's now familiar desktop metaphor allows you to work in ways that are far more natural than the structured pathways demanded by earlier systems. It uses icons, files, folders, and pictures to represent documents, applications, and the tools used with them. And it lends itself well to direct object manipulation. It's an illusion, of course, but it behaves realistically, so that our intentions, whatever they may be, are easily translated into actions. The foundation of this approach was set at Xerox's Palo Alto Research Center.
A lot of the ideas that we see today in graphical user interfaces originated at Xerox PARC. What happened was there was an opportunity for people there to bring together technologies that were just emerging from research.
There are lots of people that worked on this, and a considerable number of them came from PARC and joined Apple. And they joined Apple because Apple had taken over and, if anything, was even more enthusiastic about these ideas than Xerox had been.
Once you learn how to use a pencil, you can transfer that skill to other tools, tools that are specifically designed to work like pencils. The principles are the same. This consistency is what allows you to build on experience, to transfer skills from one tool to the next.
Consistency turns out to be more important than almost anything else. If it's the same set of commands I use to type, to erase, to modify, to change, to draw, for all programs, then I'm far ahead. I only have to learn it once.
The basic techniques that the user develops on the Macintosh are applicable to every program the user picks up. It's called leveraged learning. It means that once you've learned something, you can use that to learn the next thing on the next program and so forth. It's consistency. It's the most vital part of any human interface.
To help developers write consistent applications, Apple has formulated and published a set of human interface design guidelines, not strict rules that inhibit innovation, but principles that apply the discoveries of cognitive science to the design of interactive systems. Standard interface features like windows and menus are built into the Macintosh toolbox to be called on by any program. Apple provides technical assistance to developers to help assure the consistency that Macintosh users have come to expect, and development tools like Mac App that contain ready-to-use software code that provides the basic object-oriented interface structure for new applications.
It's sort of like having, 4 of Apple's best engineers on your design team.
Macintosh users look forward to learning new applications that build on our standard principles of interface design. Direct manipulation. To give you a sense that you are in charge, you act directly and see the results. See and point, relying on recognition rather than recall. Why should you have to remember the things that the computer already knows? What you see is what you get. A faithful screen representation of the printed document. No abstract print commands to create it, and no surprises when you print it. Consistency across applications, enabling you to apply what you know about one application to another, reducing learning time and increasing productivity. Transparency, the sense that you are working on the task directly, not manipulating cumbersome tools. And real-world metaphors, allowing you to apply what you already know to the computer environment.
When we did the Macintosh, it seemed strange to the public that we had put so much attention into the user interface and the bitmap and the mouse. What we were doing, though, was anticipating what people were going to be needing later in the decade to support the types of graphical applications and desktop publishing kinds of things that we could see coming.
The benefits of this approach are now well established. We've learned that when you make a tool that's both useful and usable, then people actually use it. And we've learned that when the basic principles and style of an interface are established and stable, then developers can concentrate their efforts on meaningful innovation. They can push forward into new territory, knowing that their applications retain enough familiar appeal to be easily adopted by a wide audience.